Today we're going to be applying the Velcro. This is a really important part of the install. The Velcro is a acrylic back Velcro, so once we stick it on, we do not want to pull it off. Acrylic needs to bond. So here's what we're going to do. The product is going to come with, you'll either get a packet of the promoter or a stick. We're switching over to these sticks. They're a little bit easier to use. And then obviously the alcohol wipe. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to just lay the Velcro down here. Let's go ahead and clean this up. And as you can see, this is all dirty under here. There's lots of dust and dirt. That is what we want to avoid. So we're just going to take one of the alcohol wipes that comes with your top. And I'll unfold it. And now we're just going to wipe this down. Okay, we're going to wipe it really good all the way down the edge. And it's going to come back to here. And we'll clean this all up. And you can see it's taken all that residue off. Look at the dirt that's coming off from underneath here. And that is not our friend for this acrylic. Acrylic needs to be really, really clean. Okay, now that we've done that, we're going to take the the adhesion promoter, and we'll just open this packet. We'll also use the pen, but you're going to get one of the two of these. It'll either the packet, which is a little hard to get open, and there's a sponge in here that's got this promoter on it. Now, once we put this promoter on, we have 2 minutes to put the Velcro on because it's going to dry pretty quick. So let's just take the promoter and then we can rub it right down the length of where we're putting our Velcro. This is pretty heavy-duty stuff, so we want to be careful with our fingers. Just wipe it on really good. And that's really it. We've done both steps. We've cleaned it. Put that on. Now we're going to take our Velcro. And the important part here is you'll see there's a weld right here. I can feel that promoter sticky. There's a weld right here. We want to start the Velcro right here at the weld. And we want it to be up just over the top lip of the flat surface. We want to make it nice and smooth. We want to get it lined up real well with where it's going. Whoop. My tape came undone. And it's a good because it may happen to you, right? We just got to get this protective layer off. And we just keep putting it on until we get all the way to the end. Okay, so now we've got the Velcro on. Now, what's important is to take the blunt end of a screwdriver. Let me get my wrench over here. And what we're going to do is we're just going to rub the bubbles out. Okay, we want to rub this really well to get the bubbles out. And we go down through it again. This is a pretty important step. There. Now we've got it on. We have our top laying on the top, okay? This is the hard top version that we're using right here. So this has a long strip. On the soft top version, right in here is going to be a port. So the Velcro will have a little bit of a break and you just start it on either side. So this is a generic video, just basically how you put the Velcro on. So once the Velcro is on, we have to wait 24 hours. That's the hard part. This acrylic adhesive that's on here, the 3M adhesive, requires 24 hours to properly bond with the surface. And if you give it that time, and you give it the time to wait, you'll be just fine with the Velcro staying on. It's high heat, extremely cold tolerant, and will work very well if you follow these steps. If you don't, and you leave it dirty, and you don't let this sit, you may have some problems. We're here to help. We can always get you some more if you make a mistake. But please try very carefully to put this on. This is an important part of the install. So then after it's on for 24 hours, we're now just ready to go ahead and stretch everything into shape. The first thing we're going to do, we're going to put the little pin in, and then we're just going to come here and we're going to attach the Velcro all the way. We're going to attach the top. Here is the plate on the hard top. This will be a bracket. It will be here for the soft top. This one has a plate, so we just stretch it over. We apply it. We pull it to the back and stretch it into place. And that is how you install the Velcro lip, the Velcro on the roll cage. And then this part back here, we haven't put it on yet, but this part back here will come back down and lay it right here on the side. So this is the kind of what you should be seeing when you're done. That's it. That's the simple part of the Velcro. There's installations on the website. There's a PDF that gives you step-by-step on how to do it. Please follow them and you'll have a very successful installation. Thank you. This is Mike with JTops, and today we're going to be doing the install on the Bronco 4-door hardtop. And I'm here with Daniel. He's the product service manager for Cover King, and together we're going to put this on. So the first thing you're going to do is, obviously, you're going to get your top. I've got mine rolled and ready to put on here in the seat. First thing you got to do is you got to take the brackets off. So Daniel will work on his side, I'll work on mine, and these are really easy to take off. You just loosen them and then just spin the bolts right out. Like I usually do, I'll probably drop one. But that's the fun part of the video. We're gonna go through exactly what you're gonna go through, putting on and taking this thing off. So once we get this put on, the last step we're gonna do is be putting on the hard top over the top. So I've got my bracket off, and I think I beat Daniel on his. He's got his. So now what we're gonna do, we're gonna take the top. And the first thing we do is, here's some important things to focus on when you put this on. The front edge is designed to slip under these two brackets on the top, and then there's a couple of hooks. And they just snap right in there. Then you want to make sure that you take this edge and you want to take your fingertips and you want to pull it really tight so that it slides underneath the front edge of the windshield channel. These are going to hold this down, and then this is going to hold it into place. Under here are a couple of magnets. Over here are a couple of magnets. These are holding this in place. Now we also have a little hook, and we take this hook, and there's a hole right here. We just snap that little hook in there. That's going to give us some tension across the front of this. So now we just got to roll it out, and the magnets are here to help you position it. You'll hear them clicking. So they help us get this all in position, and we can take the first little bit of the front edge here and we can tighten it up. And what that's going to do is that's going to give you a nice smooth area right up front here. If we don't tighten this first, we end up getting possibility of some wrinkles in here. So now we got to put the plate back on. So we'll take the plate, We'll line it back up, and you'll see, you'll just stretch this onto the Velcro. I did forget to mention that you'll see the Velcro installed before this part of the installation. We've already applied the Velcro, and we've got a little segment devoted to that. So now we're just going to put this plate on.
You have your metal hooping as well in the front corner of the elastic.
Yeah, I'll mention that here in a second. Daniel's pointing out the little metal hook that's on the front, mounted on a small piece of elastic, short piece of elastic. It gives us just a little bit of tension across the front, so when you go to fold it back, when you're going to put your hardtop on, it doesn't let it sag in the front edge. So try to think of everything here. So that's the little hook that's right here in this little hole. It's very simple to do, and you can see that it's stretched out. So now I got my plate in place, and what we're going to do, Daniel, you want to stretch it to the back?
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the back strap and the back edge and the way we designed it. It's covering up the roll cage right here. There are no funky clips or anything to put on. What we've got is an extension to the top. There's an aluminum rod that is in this material, in the webbing. And then each of these buckles is attached to that rod. The reason we do that is because when we pull, you see how we get this lateral pull. There's no point, a single point that causes a V in the mesh. So all we do, you saw Daniel was tightening this up in the back. This is just a close-up of it. You just snap the buckle. This is a two-stage buckle, okay? We've been using these for 10 years now. They snap on. They're a military-grade buckle that was designed by the military for a backpack. They're really stout. We've got some really tight, big teeth in here. So all we do is just pull this. What this does is it pulls the tension, spreads it across the back. Take the buckle, give it a lock. There's a tri-glide in here. It's a little square piece of resin buckle. And you just put the end through the end of it, and now you just take your thumb and you push it up, and that'll take the buckle strap and it'll tuck it up and out of the way, so now you don't have anything flapping. I'll go ahead and finish putting my screws on. Tighten it up.
You got a magnet up there, Mike?
Where is it? Oh, it's up top on that front edge. Pull this off, and we're just going to tighten this plate nice and tight down on there. Underneath here, we've added a piece of ABS plastic. It is going to sandwich in between the two pieces. That's for stability. You can see we have the zippers for access. And now that that's on, this is on, you can see just how tight this is in the front. We haven't even done the Velcro part yet. So now I'm just going to go from the front. I think Daniel probably already did his side.
Yep.
I'm just going to pull this into place. Drop it in. Again, loosen this up from the Velcro. Pull it, drop it into place. Pull it. And then in the back here, I'm just going to stretch, and I'm going to lay it. And you see how it curves, comes right down. I'm just going to lay flat on the top. That's the install. That's literally how simple it is. I could do it by myself by doing one side or the other side, but we now have this, the front edge mounted, the plate is mounted, and this is done on the back. This is exactly how you're going to do it for the soft top. The only difference is the soft top has a bracket, a single bracket, that you have to remove and put on. For the two-door, it's exactly the same process, but you have no brackets on the two-door. You're just going to have a port that lets you get to the paddle part that drops it down and locks it into place. That's all we have to do. So now what we're going to do, let me jump down. Daniel and I will go get the hard top, and we're going to put the hard top. So you're ready to go, but we're going to put the hard top on to show you what you have to do when we're finished driving around for the day, or we want to put our hardtop on later. So that's it. Okay, now we're going to get set to put the hardtop on. What you want to do on the inside, you want to just open the zipper. We've got 3 zippers, so that it'll give you access to put your hand up and be able to flip the paddles and latch the latches. So Daniel will get all those. And we're just going to lay the hardtop right on place. Make sure the pin is lined up.
You gotta go out and look.
There we go. Got my pin. Daniel's got his pin. As you see, we just put it right on over the top. Okay? You can actually, if you like, once we bolt this part down, you can run your configuration just this way, where you have just this hardtop piece left on in the back, where you can take your center panel off or just your front panels. So we're just going to bolt this into place. Let's just go ahead and we're just going to put the centerpiece on. We'll grab that. Oh. Okay, now the centerpiece drops in. See, it fits right in there. Daniel's going to go on the inside. We'll do a cutaway shot of that. You're just going to reach up through the zipper and you're going to be able to flip your panels. And then you have your paddles here on the side. And he just snaps those paddles into place. So we've got 3/4 of it on. Now, this is another way and another configuration that you can run in. If you just want to have shade over the front, you don't want to take your back 2 sections off, this is exactly what you can do. So now we're going to go and we're going to put on the front panels. But what we have to do, because we have to get to the latches, is unhook our little hook. And all you want to do, you just push this with your finger and you see the little piece will pop out. I'm going to go over to the other side.
Okay.
Well, I have to get both sides open. So Daniel's going to get his side. You got to take this latch. Just give it a push and it'll pop right open, pop right out of there. Now, we take this and we just fold it back slightly. Just take it to there, get a little crease with your hand, okay? And this will sit and lay right here while we go ahead and put the front panel on. So let me get mine. So that'll just sit and lay there. Make sure I get the right side first. Open my paddle, and here's my panel just fit on. You see it just went right down over the edge, dropped into that gap that we create by holding that piece back. And you put his side on. And drop it into place. There we go. That's just how simple it is to put this back on. Now on the inside, we're just going to go to the inside. Okay, so now on the inside we've got our paddle latches and we've latched them. This is the part that's folded back. We just flip it up, drop it into place, do the other side, tuck it under, make sure that it's under the paddle, and that's all we need to do for the front edge. Okay, to access the paddles on the inside, we've put these zippers in. We've gone to great lengths to work on this zipper configuration. You'll just be able to get your hand in here. There's a latch right here. We want to keep these things small, so it's going to be a little tight when you do this, but the idea is to keep as little and interrupt the mesh as little as possible. So I get my hand in here and I can tighten this latch. I can get my hand in here and I can tighten this center latch. So this is just the access port to get to that. Right here is the paddle latch that's on the side. So that's what this cutout is all about. This little paddle latch just has to get latched when you put your center panel on. We also have the zipper on this side, the paddle latch on this side. So that's all you have to do. Zip this back up. These are poly resin zippers. They're made by YKK, so they're really high quality. The zipper's not going to cause us any issues over years and years of use. So just zip it up and we're done. That's all we got to do to get to the access to the ports that are up above the mesh. Okay, so now we're on the interior, and I just want to point out how really smooth this is and how tight the top is. It's creating a really nice headliner look on the interior. The acoustics, the mesh is absorbing the sound, so it's not bouncing all over on the interior. You see everything is cut out, is all done really, really well. My hats off goes to the production team who's putting these things together, because there's a lot of little tricky parts. We do a lot more than most any other competitor does as far as fit, finish, and quality. So we hope you enjoy it, but that's what it looks like from the interior when you're all finished. That is it. That's all you have to do to put the hardtop back on. It's just flipping that front flat back. It's making sure things are just lined up. And take your time. I mean, I can do this by myself probably in less than 20 minutes if I'm not talking and blathering and just, sticking to it. Two things that are really, really important. Make sure you follow that information about putting the Velcro on. This Velcro that's on under here, it's really important to give it the time to cure. It's really important to put the accelerator on. You don't want to lift that Velcro up after you've installed it. It should just go right down and lay in place. The other part is to make sure that everything is lined up properly and stretched out nice and smooth. So that's it. That's how you put the hardtop on. That's how you put the shade on. And we'll come back here now and we'll do some other pieces that we'll add earlier in the video so that you can see what it looks like on the inside. If you have any questions, give us a call. We're always around to help. We can always give you pointers, and we're available by text, by email, or by phone. Thanks for watching.